SubhanAllah, a few days ago I was giving a talk at IANT in Richardson, and afterwards this doctor approached me and he said, I work at a hospital and I get asked a lot about Islam, and I reach a point after I give da'wah and after everything sounds great and after I clear misconceptions, and I just get stuck. I'm not sure how to advance. As I mentioned when I gave the Jum'ah here last week, SubhanAllah, today I'm giving Jum'ah at Islamic Center of McKinney about almost the same topic. The topic of da'wah and also preserving the Islamic identity of our youth. SubhanAllah, my opinion, based on the last 10 years, based on thousands of shahadas that we have witnessed, it's always best to use reverse psychology when giving da'wah. When giving da'wah, you always, you never want to show yourself as preachy or as someone who's pushy. Because, subhanAllah, there's 3 taboos here in this country that people do not like to talk about. It is faith, weight, and age, right? So even the topic of religion altogether is very awkward. So my suggestion, if you are giving da'wah, especially if it's long-term da'wah and you have the luxury of time, and whether it's a neighbor, whether it's a co-worker, a classmate, acquaintance, friend, someone that you have the luxury of time to speak with, over the course of few months or even few years, it's always best to give da'wah at the first stage by action. As Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in Surah Fussilat, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن أحسن قولا ممن دعا إلى الله وعمل صالحا. It's a rhetorical question. Who is better? There's no one better. Who's better in speech than the one who what? Invites people to Allah, at the same time he works righteousness. So he shows da'wah through his actions. People should see that you are different. People should recognize that you are special, that you have a special soul, that you really care, that you have compassion, that you have mercy, that you care, that you're honest, that you have exalted moral character. And this is how the Prophet ﷺ was. He was a walking Quran on the earth. So, briefly, during that stage, you always want to build the trust. You want to give da'wah through your actions. And then once this is done, and once you feel that this person admires you, and he respects you, and he really feels, that you could be trusted, then you can spark their interest to talk about Islam. Then you can start their interest to what? To ask. You never want to start a conversation about faith. You rather want him to ask you. So you have to do something. You have to say something that will spark his interest. Inshallah, I'll make this brief today, so that's enough. Maybe we'll continue this at the next time I give a khatira. But I'll tell you this next stage, how to spark the interest to ask about Islam. Inshallah, I'll talk about it next time. Barakallahu feekum wa subhanakallah wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.